ban suicide prevention efforts statewide. The proposal would require public buildings to display the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline and add suicide prevention education for students in grades 6 through 12. Families in Illinois using the WIC nutrition program will now have more choices at the grocery store. The USDA recently updated the program's food packages, allowing participants greater flexibility when selecting items like milk, peanut butter, and beans. Illinois lawmakers are pushing for more federal support to fight Lyme disease. A new House resolution calls for increased funding for Lyme disease research and urges schools to include tick bite prevention lessons for students. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your News Flash.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Linda Rock, sharing stories that were in the Elgin Courier News on March 9th, 1926. Opinions both pro and con were expressed by Board of Education members last night in a free and lengthy discussion pertaining to the matter of traveling expense allowed Superintendent of Schools R.W. Fairchild and Principal W.L. Goebel of the high school. A.L. Metzel and Charles A. Soper both voted no to the items allowing the superintendent and principal $60 each for traveling expenses to the recent National Educational Association convention in Washington. Mr. Metzel explained his vote as follows. I vote against the $65 allowed the superintendent and principal for traveling expenses. First, because the scarlet fever epidemic was raging in the city and these two gentlemen should have remained in Elgin. And second, because their salaries are ample for them to pay their own expenses if they care to attend such conventions. As has been his custom each month, Mr. Metzel also voted against an item of approximately $40 allowed the superintendent for automobile upkeep. Charleston-ing, at its best by local talent, may be seen at the Crocker tonight and tomorrow when the Great States contest will be completed and the $100 and a silver cup awarded the winners. The finals began last night before a large and enthusiastic audience whose applause demanded numerous encores and 90% of whom cast votes indicating their favorites.
Elgin 100 years ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 years ago at www.elginhistory.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 71. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 47. Looking ahead to Tuesday, patchy fog early, then a chance of drizzle and thunderstorms with a high near 50. Tuesday night brings showers and thunderstorms, cloudy with a low around 39. Currently, it's 68 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. When our nation calls, patriots answer. The U.S. Volunteers Joint Service Command stands ready, honoring our fallen heroes through military funeral honors and serving communities during natural disasters and emergencies. If you're 18 or older, you can serve close to home with free training and just one Saturday a month. Prior service with honorable discharges are welcome. View our website today at usvjsc.org. We are patriots. We are always ready. We are U.S. Volunteers, and we want you to join us.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome into another edition of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Feels like it's been a few days. Well, actually, it has been a few days since I've been on the air. So, hey, it's good to be on the air, blasting through the airwaves of your car. Or if you're, watching on the youtube.com at WRMN Radio, I also appreciate that. But it is good to be back in studio. Guys got to make a living. Guys got to work. Guys got to feed himself and all that fun stuff. So, it is what it is. But, it's good to be back. I will be flying solo today. Andrew is on walkabout. Andrew Scheid, my normal co-host that would be in on this, Monday Sports Mayhem. And oh my great googly moogly, there was so much stuff going on this weekend. But first, before we get into any of that, Bears, Blackhawks, WBC, Bulls, the Unbelievables, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. It's 847-931-1410. As I've already mentioned, you could see my lovely mug on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRM Radio. Feel free to jump in and leave a comment there. Give me a thumbs up if you like, or, thumbs down if you don't. Hey, it's entirely up to you. Or you could call the text the text line, not call, but 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. And before I get any further into this, and look into the WRMN Facebook page where you've got Susie C's question of the day. Susie C. of the WRMN Morning Show every Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. And her cue of the day is, what is your favorite genre of music? What is your favorite genre of music? Well, in order to, I think my favorite, I don't really know what my favorite genre of music. It used to be heavy metal. I went to alternative. Then it's hard rock. And, do I just have to pick one? I don't know. But, I wane back and forth between all of that. So, go on to the WRMN Facebook page. Let her know what your favorite genre of music is. And, Well, unfortunately, there was the passing of a Blackhawks legend on Saturday. One Mr. Troy Murray, born in the year of 1962, passed away this past Saturday of cancer, 2026. And here is the statement that the NHL.com at NHL Media posted. Troy Murray, who played 15 NHL seasons and was a longtime analyst for the Chicago Blackhawks, died Saturday following a battle with cancer. He was 63. The Chicago Blackhawks are deeply heartbroken today as we mourn the loss of Troy Murray, our beloved Muzz. And our love and support go out to his family. Blackhawks chairman and CEO Danny Wirtz said, quote, Troy was the epitome of a Blackhawk, so far beyond his incredible playing career, with a presence felt in every corner of our organization over the last 45 years. He was admired by his teammates and our players, and was so proud to connect generations of Blackhawks through his work with Blackhawks Alumni Association. He jumped at every call to support our local community with our foundation. He never missed a chance to say hello in our press box and always knew the perfect time for a joke just when someone around the office needed it most. And he absolutely loved bringing Blackhawks hockey to you, our fans, night after night with a dedication to his craft that never wavered to the very end. During his long and hard battle with cancer, it was often said that Troy didn't have any give up in him. While our front office simply won't be the same without him, we will carry that spirit forward every day in his honor. We'll miss you, Troy, end quote. Now, Troy Murray was one of the Chicago Blackhawks that I initially grew up watching. He started playing, or his first initial season, he only played one game in the 81-82 season with the Chicago Blackhawks. But in 1982-83, played in 54 games, and he picked it up. He picked it up, and I think, the longevity that he had, because he played from 1981 all the way until 1996, winning a ring, or winning the Stanley Cup championship with the Colorado Avalanche. I did not realize that, quite honestly, just for the simple fact that I think that Colorado Avalanche, didn't exactly like the Colorado Avalanche at that time, but it kind of warmed the cockles of my heart, if you will, to know that he was actually able to get a Stanley Cup. He played in 915 games. He had 230 goals, 354 assists, good for 584 career points. He was a career total of a plus 53. He had a total of, looking at this now off the NHL.com website here, and I didn't realize that he was in the sin bin as much as he was, but he definitely stuck up for his guys on the ice there. He had amassed 875 career penalty minutes as well. And the reason, not the reason, but it saddened my heart, because I know a lot of people out there, a lot of fans of the Chicago Blackhawks. They didn't grow up watching Troy play, and the reason why he is so near and dear to my heart was because, well, as a young kid, when he first came into the league in 81, I think I was maybe 5 years old, 6 years old. That whole father-son bonding thing, going on. And my dad forever saying, watch this guy. He knows how to play. He does it the right way. He sticks up for his players. And, I never had the opportunity to meet him face to face. But yet the stories and everything that came out with the unfortunate passing of Troy Murray, putting up and fighting the battle against cancer. And I lost, a lot of people lost family members to cancer. But the way in doing a little or a lot of homework, because, you go down the rabbit hole with subjects when you're on the radio and talking about sports, but from the time in an article, and I'm not, in an article about Troy Murray and his time with doing the color commentary, from the start, he would sign the game notes and pass them out or look for a fan in the audience, most likely a younger fan, to give them to. Especially because where the press box is, it's around the 300 level if my memory isn't faltering me right now. And he would give them out to a fan. Most likely, like I said, a younger kid. And it's just that type of stuff and that type of person, and that he giving, make a fan, young age, and you make a fan for life. And it just goes hand in hand with the kind of style that majority of the hockey players are, and the different breed of what hockey players are. But my heart and condolences goes out to the Troy Murray family, the Chicago Blackhawks organization, Chicago Blackhawks fans, because I definitely miss him as far as being on the call. And I know it doesn't even come close to missing the actual human being that Troy was. But he, and I did shed a tear when I heard the news on Saturday morning, because he brought back the time and the different memories that I had watching him play as a player, listening to him on the radio call when the Chicago Blackhawks won their first Stanley Cup championship way back, 2010, 13. So my heart goes out to him, his family, Chicago Blackhawks, and all the Chicago Blackhawks fans. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Back on the other side of this break.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident, or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident, or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
Fitting in shouldn't be hard, whether in life, on the court, or in the classroom. At Elgin Community College, you could find your place alongside those expanding their horizons, exploring rewarding careers, and achieving their dreams. A place for doers, thinkers, and believers. At ECC, we see you, we believe in you, and you'll fit right in. Learn more at elgin.edu/belong.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or trade something? Maybe clean out that attic or basement, or just make a little extra cash? Then don't miss Tradio on Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Weekdays at 12:30 p.m. Call in to let folks in the Fox River Valley know what you're looking for or what you've got to get rid of. It's easy, it's free, and it's a great way to connect with your community. Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. If it's got to go, then let us know. Only on Tradio. Here on WRMN AM 1410.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. All right, a little bit of WBC action, World Baseball Classic. Well, not necessarily, being that we are in the Chicagoland area, Fox River Valley, downtown Elgin, kind of wanted to get a feel for how our, Chicago White Sox players, and speaking of the Chicago White Sox, you can hear, once the season begins, the Chicago White Sox on WRMN 1410 AM, broadcasting live through the stick. But yes, with the WBC going on, I had to make sure that I was getting the correct information here with the WBC. And, you got players playing for numerous teams here. Team Italy, Australia, Japan, Dominican, Cuba. Well, former player for the Chicago White Sox playing for Cuba. But one of the ones that is very prevalent for the Chicago White Sox right now, and I don't have Andrew in the studio to correct my pronunciation, but Munetaka Murakami. Yes, the big ticket Babe Ruthian, Japanese-style Babe Ruthian slugger from the Japan leagues. He's been doing a pretty good having a pretty good run so far with Team Japan. Key player for Japan, previously known for his 2023 WBC heroics and representing his country as well. It's been good to see the solid hitting and performances. I'll get to that in a little bit. Maybe a little bit more this upcoming week, just for the simple fact that there is so much to unpack with the NFL, and I feel like missing those 2 days, I have missed so much, and my thoughts are just overflowing at this moment. But since coming back in, from the break, I've only got like a little bit of time here, so I just wanted to brush upon the WBC. I'll talk a little bit more in length about it later on this week. But you also have Sam Antonacci. Hey, Antonacci! Apparently he's been been a standout for Team Italy, performing well in spring training and doing pretty good in the WBC. Curtis Mead for Team Australia. Oi, mate. He's bashing the ball over. I don't even know what, excuse me. I don't even know what the hell kind of accent that was going to be. I need to watch Crocodile Dundee to get my Australian accent honed in there. But he homered in a game against the Czech Republic, so that's nice to see. Kyle Teal, the color man. Well, I'm just going to call Kyle the color man Teal. He's catching for Team Italy there. Sir Anthony Dominguez. He is playing on Team Dominican Republic, bringing a veteran bullpen experience to the Dominican. He is, well, I'm not exactly sure if he is the anointed closer right now for the Chicago White Sox, but for all intents and purposes, let's just say he is right now. And then you also had former Chicago White Sox player, Alexei. Wait, I got to do this. Alexei Ramirez, playing for Team Cuba. The 44-year-old former White Sox star brings his veteran presence there as well. And then the flip side. Well, what would be the flip side? And no biases here, but I'm a little bit, that's a bit of a hypocritical statement if I ever uttered one. No biases here, but the bias is I'm a Chicago Cubs fan, and I wanted to check out and talk a little bit about, the Chicago Cubs that are participating in the WBC. And wow, holy King Kong. No. That's not right. Holy Godzilla Seiya Suzuki launching Godzilla-like bombs. Second, third. I swear there's one ball that he hit, hasn't come down yet. Can we have that this season for the Chicago Cubs? Correction. Can we just have a full season of you at the plate? That's all I'm asking. Just a little bit. Then who else should we have? It looks like Alex Bregman is already somewhat in mid-season form for the United States and the Chicago Cubs and the WBC Classic, because man, oh man, and listening to the broadcast, it's just nice to hear that, the type of leadership and everything that the Chicago Cubs are getting with them, playing at third. And then there is the often running around in the outfield with his hair on fire, PCA. The talk about PCA has been awesome. Just for the simple fact that, okay, he has a game plan now. He understands at the very end of the season or the second half of last season what was going on. Heater, up, and in, and then soft breaking stuff away. Now, he realizes what they were doing, and they're trying to do that again in the WBC. but it seems like he's developed an eye. I don't know. We'll talk about that later on in the week. But you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN. Bears talk next.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Families in Illinois using the WIC Nutrition.
Okay, now typically I would be... Well, I'm going to be talking about the Bears in the upcoming segment with everything that is transpired. And, well, what better way to talk about the Chicago Bears and give you like a little bit of tidbits and nuggets and everything that I've missed over the last couple of days? You know, you mind doing that? Do you mind me doing that out there? You know, this is a little bit of behind the scenes stuff on the YouTube. And I'm just going forward. Want to do this a little bit more. I didn't think it was good to do this after the last segment because I wanted to kind of like break it up, give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look, if you will. So as I'm kind of trying to walk and chew gum and write and all of that stuff in here in the chat, I'm also trying to look up what players and all of that fun stuff. This way I don't seem like a complete and total goofball talking about it, but yeah. I mean, I've been told, well, don't give too much away. Don't go too much behind the scenes. Well, why not? Oh, well, it might sour you on what actually happens if the audience knows like how the sausage is made, if you will. But I say to hell with that. I don't prescribe to any of that Smurf stuff or fracking stuff, if you will. Bears news over the last week. Should be a little bit, right? Oh. I mean, missed out on Max Crosby. Missed out on a good replacement center for... Oh, geez, Louise. I forgot what the dude's name was already. But it is what it is. Wow. Apparently, I missed out on a lot of stuff right now. Holy Smurf. Well, coming back in 30 seconds, and I can regale you with all of that stuff. I mean, the DJ Moore thing, a little bit of a shocker. Surprising that they were able to, get what they got for him. And that's one of those that I'll completely and go, get on my soapbox for all of like 30 seconds about. Drew Dahlman, that's it.
Step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Well, that went over like a lead balloon. Trying to do the reverb, trying to, press the button and everything, and, realize that, might not have actually come up all that well. But anyway, hey, you want to be a part of this sporting conversation going forward about the Chicago Bears? Any thoughts that you may or may not have, or some concerns that you may or may not have, I don't know, or just get them off of your chest, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. You could see my lovely face on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. No, I have not had my bang yet, but I am bringing the passion. I am bringing the energy. And if you also want to check out or give me a comment on the text line, please feel free to do so at this time at 505-926-1410, 505-926-1410. Hey, and I forgot to mention that we will also be carrying, starting whenever the NCAA March Madness Tournament takes effect, we will be carrying, starting with the round of the Sweet 16, NCAA basketball here on WRMN 1410 AM. Yes, we will be bringing those games live to your ear hole when the Sweet 16 commences. Okay. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Okay, that's enough of that, Smurf. Chicago Bears, last week, trade DJ Moore to the Buffalo Bills, giving the Buffalo Bills DJ Moore a 5th-round pick. And the Chicago Bears get a 2nd-round draft pick in return. I'm already hearing the very day that this draft happened. Well, who won the trade? The hell you mean who won the trade? Am I happy that the Chicago Bears got a 2nd-round pick for DJ Moore, got his $20-some-odd million off the books, giving them more cap space? Yeah, sure. Was I expecting a little bit of a bigger haul back maybe from the loss? No, not. Well, that's where I was kind of thinking that he was going to go to the Las Vegas Raiders. But no, you're giving Josh Allen a number 1 wide receiver. Now, is he the creme de la creme of wide receivers in the NFL? No. Are there supposed issues with DJ Moore? Well, hell, I don't have any issues with DJ Moore. I don't. He came up, he played, he sucked it up, and he did his job, and he probably had one of the 2 most important plays that the Chicago Bears have had in the last 10 years. Beating the Green Bay Woodpeckers, the Green Bay Fudge Packers, the Green Bay Cheese Turds, whatever. But to ask the question, have the Chicago Bears won this trade getting a 2nd-round pick from the Buffalo Bills? Why don't we pump the brakes a little bit and then figure out what the Chicago Bears are going to do with that draft pick? What the hell are we doing here? Okay, off my soapbox with that one. Then the Bears cut Tremaine Edmonds. Here, let me pull this up. Tremaine Edmonds. And, okay, good for Tremaine Edmonds, because they were also freeing up more cap space. This was, of course, after Drew Dalman's retired from the NFL at age 27. Okay, well, I've already talked about that one. Talked about that last hump day. Hump day. But Tremaine Edmonds gets his bag. He signs with the New York Giants for 3 years, $36 million. Now, let me actually, NFL rumors. No, we don't want to go with that. Blah, 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 blah. That is the most important part to the Tremaine Edmonds contract. And let me go off of Twitter or X or whatever it is, the hell they're calling it these days. So, according to X or Twitter, on the NFL Twitter X account, Giants sign or are going to be signing linebacker Tremaine Edmonds to 3 years, $36 million with $23.7 million fully guaranteed. And this is via at the Rap Sheet and at Mike Garofalo. Good for him. Get that bag because, I mean, hey, I never understand how a team could go ahead and sign it. Maybe I'm just so used to Major League Baseball and their contracts because everything is guaranteed. And the only way that you could guarantee the money is by having that guaranteed bag. So he got that bag. Good for you, Tremaine. Now, which brings me to Mr. Garrett Bradbury. So the Chicago Bears have acquired Garrett Bradbury from the New England Patriots in exchange for a 2027 fifth-round draft pick. Okay, so they're not giving anything up this year. Okay, cool. And hopefully if the Chicago Bears are still going to be on that upwards trajectory for next season, then it's going to be a low fifth-round draft pick. But let's just kind of go back a couple of years. Now, Garrett Bradbury is filling the need for one Pro Bowl center in Drew Dalman that announced his retirement last week, probably giving the Bears enough notice that they could kick the tires on some of the other potential released and or free agents coming up. Coolio, but in 2024, the 2024-2025 season, that was the season where the Minnesota Vikings had that, I believe, 14-15 win season. He was the center for the Vikings. Okay, coolio. Well, they released him. Okay. Now, who else picked him up in the 2025 to 26 season, 2025-2026 season? Well, it was the New England Patriots. What happened with the New England Patriots this season? Well, they made it to the Super Bowl. Albeit they lost the Super Bowl, but they made it there. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Why would two teams that made it to the playoffs, one to the Super Bowl, offer up a trade if he was the linchpin to possibly their offensive line. And now this is where I'm not really in the know. I raised my hand. I fully admit this, but for the research and everything that I did is the book is out on him. He's a good run blocker, ? Horrible in pass blocking, ? I don't really know what to say in regards to this. And if you're going from the Pro Bowl level of one Drew Dalman and you're going to Garrett Bradbury and you want your franchise, I'm calling it now, your franchise stud of a quarterback to stay upright and not get pressured up the middle, and you want him to be consistently under center, is this the way to go? Now, yes, they give up a 2027 fifth round pick to New England. But Bradbury's salary is all of $5.7 million this year. And that's the cap hit that the Bears will incur. Definitely not the cap hit that Drew Dalman will or would have hit. Tyler Linderbaum was out there. But, I mean, not going to be what he got for, or definitely not what he got in the signing bonus or the signing of in the way that it's not what, here, let's see. It's not what Las Vegas paid him. You know, I believe somewhere in the multitude or the area of like $66 million. Ooh, good golly, Miss Molly. But I will come back with actual concrete numbers and everything on the other side of this break. You are currently listening to WRMN 1410 AM. But what show is it? Oh, yeah, it's Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And if you want to be a part of this conversation going forward, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410 on the other side of this break.
Hi, I'm Jeff Walter, and I'm running for Congress in the 11th Congressional District. I'm the mayor of Elgin, a retired businessman, and retired from the Navy as a Master Chief. The reason I'm running and was asked to run is because Washington has lost its way. As the mayor of Elgin, I have to govern using common sense. I have to stay within my budget. We have to provide clean streets, police protection, good clean water, and something's got to happen when you flush that toilet, the right thing. Washington's lost its way on those core ideals. They're too focused on too many issues that are either too far left or too far right. We need to bring some common sense back to Washington. So vote Jeff Walter for Congress. You can check us out at jeffwalterforcongress.com. I'm Jeff Walter, and I approve this ad. Paid for by Walter for Congress.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids, but we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
Is back or neck pain keeping you from living the life you love? At St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, our spine specialists help patients get back to moving, working, and enjoying life again, often with minimally invasive treatments and faster recovery. The care you need, the expertise you trust, right here in your community. Visit stjosephelgin.com to schedule a consultation. St. Joseph Hospital, celebrating 125 years of compassionate care.
Kick off your weekend with a little flair. It's Dino's Night Out, every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM. Dino brings you the best of the Fox Valley's entertainment scene. Live music, local artists, street festivals, great eats, and the personalities behind them. If it's happening, Dino's talking about it. And bringing the spotlight is none other than the legendary Arcada Theater, located at 105 East Main Street in St. Charles. Catch dinner, drinks, and a show, all under one historic roof. So whether you're making plans or just love to know what's hot, make it a date with Dino's Night Out, Fridays, 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM, or stream it live at WRMN1410.com. Dino's Night Out, powered by the Arcada Theater, where Fox Valley comes to play.
And thank you very much for joining me on this edition of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. So before the break, I wanted to get the more accurate info about the signing that the Las Vegas Raiders did with center Monster, best center available, free agent. And in this article by Nick Shook, around the NFL writer, NFLnews.com. So Tyler Lindenbaum signs for a 3-year deal with the Raiders, worth $81 million, including $60 million in guaranteed. There's the guarantees again. $60 million, 3 years. So let's see, 3 years, $60 million. I think I could do. So that's $20 million a year. Then you add in the extra $21 million. So that's, is somewhere in the neighborhood of $27 million a season. Yeah, I could kind of understand why the Chicago Bears did not go after that. And I could also understand why the Las Vegas Raiders ponied up that cash because, well, if they have the number one pick, and they do have the number one pick for the 2026 draft, and they are looking to pick their franchise quarterback, in the name of Mendoza, and I'm typing as I'm talking here because I absolutely forgot the guy's first name, but here it is. Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. Sorry, I got squirrels running around in my head, and as soon as I'm on one thought, I go to another thought, and it's just like squirrel, and I got to come back to the other one. But yes, so the whole reason why, well, the Las Vegas Raiders signed Tyler Lindenbaum was for the simple fact that they have the number one pick, and for all intents and purposes, right now, it sure as hell looks like they are going to be drafting Fernando Mendoza. Okay, who is an owner of the Las Vegas Raiders? I think, or part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, yeah, that would be TB12, also known as the GOAT, also known as Tom Brady. I think he might know a little bit about football and a little bit about offensive line play right there. Just a teeny, just a skosh, just an absolute skosh of what the players might need. Which now we pivot, or I pivot back to the Chicago Bears. Well, what are they going to do? There's already been a slew of signings, and I'll get back and I'll get to the slew of signings on after the top of the hour break. The thing of it is, I like what Ben Johnson, Ryan Poles, maybe Kevin Warren, or the triangle, or the holy trinity, if you will, of the Chicago Bears player management aspect of things. And yeah, I know I'm bringing in Kevin Warren, but I think he kind of laid the law down with the McCaskies, maybe laid the law down with Ryan Poles. It's all hypothetical. It is absolutely all hypothetical. Let me just be perfectly blunt and forthcoming with that. But yet the symbiosis of the GM and the head coach working in tandem with one another. So if we have, or they, the Chicago Bears, we as fans, have a nice offseason like we did last year, where, oh snap, oh Smurf, we got the head coach. We got the GM actually listening to what the head coach is talking about and what the head coach wants. Then we'll be fine. Because all hail Ben Johnson. All hail, well, half hail Ryan Poles. And see, that's I'll get to that at another later date, but it's also questioning, where does Ben Johnson begin and Ryan Poles end? Who's pulling the strings? Who is the puppet master up there at Hallis Hall? Is it Ryan Poles talking with Ben Johnson? Is it Ben Johnson saying, hey, this is what we need, this is what I want? But we'll figure that out eventually. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 5 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage. Illinois lawmakers are considering a measure to expand suicide prevention efforts statewide. The proposal would require public buildings to display the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline and add suicide prevention education for students in grades 6 through 12. Families in Illinois using the WIC nutrition program will now have more choices at the grocery store. The USDA recently updated the program's food packages, allowing participants greater flexibility when selecting items like milk, peanut butter, and beans. Illinois lawmakers are pushing for more federal support to fight Lyme disease. A new House resolution calls for increased funding for Lyme disease research and urges schools to include tick bite prevention lessons for students. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
See, I actually thought that I was going to be saying something during this little break, but I need to do a little bit better of a job. So thank you for tuning in on Facebook. You're not watching on Facebook, you're watching on YouTube. My goodness. I mean, it is Monday after all. I hope everyone's enjoying this weather here in Chicago, in the Chicagoland area, because, man, it's going to suck come the end of the week. I hope everyone had a great weekend out there, at least a nice, at least a nice Sunday, because that was very nice. It was a nice, great day, gorgeous day here in the city, beautiful, and yeah, and another nice day today. I think temperatures will be dropping tomorrow, but regardless, it's a good time. Spring's almost around the corner, even though we lost an hour. But it is what it is. It happens every year. Regardless, I'll be back in a bit.
Are considering a measure to expand suicide prevention efforts statewide. The proposal would require public buildings to display the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline and add suicide prevention education for students in grades 6 through 12. Families in Illinois using the WIC nutrition program will now have more choices at the grocery store. The USDA recently updated the program's food packages, allowing participants greater flexibility when selecting items like milk, peanut butter, and beans. Illinois lawmakers are pushing for more federal support to fight Lyme disease. A new House resolution calls for increased funding for Lyme disease research and urges schools to include tick bite prevention lessons for students. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, save drivers like you personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by KFC. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 71. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 47. Expect temperatures to remain mild. Looking ahead to Tuesday, patchy fog early, then a chance of drizzle and thunderstorms with a high near 50. Tuesday night brings showers and thunderstorms, cloudy with a low around 39. Currently, it's 69 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
St. Patty's Day's here, so come and see. Total Wine & More's the place to be. Cabernet Smooth or Guinness Tall, we've got the best. Come grab it all. A Chardonnay crisp and bright, or Sauvignon Blanc pure delight. Not sure yet? Don't fret or fear. Our friendly guides will bring good cheer. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Hi,
Hi, this is Sue with Newman's Corner Pub in Hampshire, Illinois. Are you looking for the perfect hangout spot? Swing by Newman's Corner Pub right at the corner of 72 and State Street in Hampshire. Enjoy fantastic drinks, live music, and a fun crowd that makes every visit special. Test your luck with our hot slots and our Queen of Hearts drawing every Saturday at 3 p.m. Challenge your friends to darts or pool while you're here. Newman's Corner Pub, where every day feels like a weekend. Visit us at Route 72 and State Street in Hampshire. That's Newman's Corner Pub, your new favorite spot.
America's First Responders Fest began as a simple idea to honor the heroes who serve our community every day. Thanks to the incredible support of the Village of Hampshire, especially Village President Mike Reed, Village Manager Jay Hedges, and Karen Stuhler. This year, that idea came to life. From local residents to small businesses, Hampshire opened its heart to America's First Responders Fest to support
my pain a little joyous to you viewers out there on the YouTube. Oh, potting up.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
Alrighty, Roo, welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And if you want to get your sports thoughts off, well, I'm talking about Bears today, Bears now, Bears whenever. Feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. You can see my lovely face on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Closing my eyes because I need to concentrate. Or you could text me on the text line at 505-926-1410, 505-926-1410. And don't forget to check out the WRMN Facebook page where it is Susie C's question of the day. What is your favorite genre of music? That's right. What is your favorite genre of music? I don't know if I absolutely have one genre of music or not, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, it's like asking, what's your favorite movie of all time? What's your favorite rock band? Yeah, I don't necessarily have one. I don't necessarily have, whatever. But regardless, here, one thing that I was kind of chomping at the bit last week when I initially heard this was that Mayor Brandon Johnson is still thinking that some way, somehow, that the Chicago Bears are going to be staying on the lakefront in some part or parcel. Hey, congratulations. Not necessarily you, Brandon Johnson, but maybe your predecessor, maybe a combination of both. Predecessor being Lori Lightfoot, put the kibosh on the Chicago Bears Stadium, and now you're driving. You might as well just pack them up, move them to Arlington Heights, move them to Northwest Indiana. Don't care. Do not care one way or the other where they move to. Would it be good for the state of Illinois if the Chicago Bears actually stayed and played football in Arlington Heights? Yes. Would it suck for the state of Illinois to lose all those tax dollars and that revenue for the state of Illinois? Yes. Is this all just leverage play? Whatever. Still going to be rooting for the Chicago Bears in Indiana. Still going to be rooting for the Chicago Bears in Arlington Heights. And at this point in time, don't care. Get it over with. Get it done with. You have the plot of land in Arlington Heights. And we will not know for another 9 days. Right? 9 days. Today's the 9th. 9 plus 9, 18. Yeah, until the 18th when Illinois lawmakers come back into session and actually put it up to a vote whether or not they're going to be moving forward. Who cares? I'm over. I'm done with it. As long as the actual team itself is moving forward and doing it the right way. Meaning protecting your franchise quarterback. Now, in the previous hour, I was talking about Tyler Lindenbaum getting signed by the Las Vegas Raiders. And not necessarily happy that, they went a little bargain basement hunting in, the trade with the AFC division winning New England Patriots. Okay, fine, cool, whatever. But the Chicago Bears have been a little bit active in the free agents signings. So in an article on ESPN.com, as of 3:21 Eastern time, I need to do like a little update here, but so far, these are the players that the Chicago Bears have signed. We've got linebacker Devin Bush, 3 years, $30 million, 21 of it guaranteed. Kobe Bryant. No, unfortunately, not that Kobe Bryant. It's spelled completely and totally different. Kobe Bryant with the C. But he is a safety, and he was signed for 3 years, $40 million. Then you also have defensive tackle, former defensive tackle of the Indianapolis Colts, Neville Gallimore, 2 years, $12 million, per sources from Courtney Cronin. You also have DeMarco Jackson, linebacker. Why does that name sound familiar? Yeah. So he was signed for 2 years, $7.5 million. You have Daniel Hardy, defensive end, 2 years, $5 million. Okay. Nothing really. Well, actually, I do like the signing of Devin Bush, linebacker. I like the signing of Kobe Bryant. And here's why. Well, the Chicago Bears are thin in the safety position, right? And, well, you obviously need someone to play safety. Strong safety, free safety. Cool. Fill the safety voids. We also have Devin Bush, Kobe Bryant. Well, Devin Bush is the linebacker. Kobe Bryant's the safety. And these two guys are, I think they will fit well with DA's, Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator's scheme on the defensive side of the ball, where you have guys that fit multiple aspects of what Dennis Allen is looking for. Oh, look at that. Hey, you are currently on air of Big Top Sports. What's your name? What you calling about?
David.
Hello, David. How you doing? What you want to talk about?
Hanging in there. So this Bears thing it's ridiculous. It's amazing.
What Bears thing are you referring to?
The stadium.
Okay. Go on.
So maybe Illinois was too lax, too little, too late about getting some proposals on the table, maybe, or is Arlington Heights inadequate in comparison, would you say? I mean, I want to know your opinions because you're the sports expert.
Okay, in what is going on with Indiana or Northwest Indiana, they still need to go and figure where the actual stadium is going to be built. Not only that, but where they are suggesting the stadium actually be built, they need to do a lot of surveys and everything. And by surveys, I mean taking the ground, making sure that the ground is not contaminated or polluted because of what is currently there in Northwest Indiana. As far as the dealio with Arlington Heights, it seems to me that everything is ready to go. They just need to get the proverbial shovels in the ground and make it happen. Because Arlington Heights is already ready to go. Whether or not they're going to be getting their concrete property taxes laid out as far as like when the lawmakers come back into town, well, that remains to be seen.
Right. Do you think Arlington Heights could handle? I mean, the area could handle all the sports, insane traffic and people and transportation and ride shares in that mostly residential area?
Well, you're talking 380 plus acres of land that was the Arlington Heights race course area and stuff. Right now, I mean, downtown or Soldier Field cannot handle all of the traffic and rideshare and stuff that you were asking about. What the Bears need, and one of the things that they are waiting for in Arlington Heights, is all of the land improvement stuff, whether it be because the train line goes right there, the metro goes right there. You're talking about adding the infrastructure, all the electrical, gas, et cetera, but also the roads to get into and out of the Arlington Heights area, where it's not going to be a completely and totally clusterfuck like it is getting out and into Soldier Field as it is currently.
Right.
I hope.
Could they still be called the Chicago Bears if they're in Indiana?
Well, I mean, you got a couple of teams that are still. Well, let me go to the San Francisco 49ers. They're in Santa Clara. They're not in San Francisco anymore. They're about an hour, I think, south of San Francisco. Then you also have two teams in New York, the New York Jets and the New York Giants. They also play in New Jersey. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Well, I would say with a certain amount, 95% certainty, that the Chicago Bears will still be called the Chicago Bears, whether or not they're playing in Indiana and or Arlington Heights. Thanks for your call. I do appreciate it. Have a good one.
Have a good day.
Thank you. And that was David on the WRMN phone hotline. Kind of need to get a sponsor for that, I think. Don't you? If you have a business and you want to sponsor the Big Top Sports call-in hotline, feel free to do so at... Oh, wait. Need to work on that. But anyway, this is Big Top Sports with your host, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of the players that the Chicago Bears signed on the other end of this break. Back in a few. Go.
Now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in Illinois who was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Not only was he facing a revocation of his driver's license, but also a lifetime disqualification of his CDL, which would prevent him from ever driving a semi-truck again. This book includes backstories of the truck driver, the lawyers that defended the case, and the DUI expert witness who analyzed the case and then testified at trial as to the proper protocol procedures of the field sobriety tests as well as the breathalyzer test. This nonfiction novel also includes the actual court transcript from the jury trial, a courtroom showdown in which the final verdict would determine the fate of the defendant's livelihood. The book DUI Jury Trial is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957.
This year, America's First Responders Fest 2025 was a huge success, and we couldn't have done it without the Village of Burlington and Village President Mary Kay Welsen. Your support helped bring the Fox River Valley together in the Village of Hampshire to celebrate the heroes who keep us safe every day. Thank you, Village of Burlington, for standing behind America's First Responders Fest 2025 and for standing with those who serve.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Been Bears heavy this episode of Big Top Sports, and I do appreciate y'all listening in. I appreciate David calling in on the hotline. Well, there is no hotline, but I do appreciate you listening out there, David. And yeah, so if you want to be a part of the conversation going forward, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. And as always, you could see my lovely, lovely face here on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. You could also do the text line at 505-926-1410 if you want to fire off a quick thought. That is 505-926-1410. Now, as I had mentioned, I will be getting into a little bit of the players that the Chicago Bears signed here. So let's start with Devin Bush. Now, going back, this is according to Courtney Cronin of ESPN.com, and you could see her article there on ESPN.com/NFL story, free agency tracker, offseason move signings, blah, 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 blah. With the signing of linebacker Devin Bush and the departure of Tremaine Edmonds, well, the Chicago Bears get a fast, speedy middle linebacker for their defense. Now, make no mistake about it. We'll be talking about this until, well, the very beginning of the season for the Chicago Bears, and depending on whether or not, or, you know, how they handle the draft. But right now we are in lying season, and lying season, I mean, well, you never really know like what a team is going to do or how they are going to like affect things, because, well, they sign linebacker Devin Bush, and he is one of the fastest linebackers in the NFL. He was, I mean, great googly moogly. Dude ran 20.23 miles per hour during a 97-yard pick six in week 18 last year. Now, yeah, he played for the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns had a pretty decent defense, although their team kind of, well, sucks. And Devin Bush was also one of the only players to have multiple pick sixes in 2025 and ranked third among all linebackers with 3 interceptions. Well, in acquiring him, Bush, it is, see, and in the previous segment, or maybe it was before the top of the hour, I don't know. It is Monday. My brain is a little, mush, waking up early, doing that whole job thing, and then radio, the hobby thing. And anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm a little tired, but regardless, the mix and match or the different style play that, again, Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears, likes to have multiple players that could do multiple things on the field without necessarily bringing them in or off the bench. And one of the reasons, or the good things, that this is all possible is if you have a player that does multiple things on the football field that could rush the passer or drop back into coverage, well, the other team cannot key on you, if you will. Now, what do I mean by keying on? Well, if a player like Devin Bush is as fast as he is, well, he could blitz those gaps or potentially cover a slot receiver and make it very difficult and hard on the opposing quarterback, if you will. So that's good. Not only that, last year he also started in all 17 games for the Browns, and he finished with 125 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 3 interceptions, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 8 passes defended. Not the bad. Kobe Bryant. No, not that Kobe Bryant. The other Kobe Bryant. Spelled differently, too. Safety. 3 years, $40 million. Hopefully, joining the likes of, well, it remains to be seen whether or not Kevin Byard III or Jaquan Brisker are going to be back, but he started last year, 15 regular seasons games. He recorded 66 tackles, 4 interceptions, and a forced fumble. Fumbleia, just like I fumbled those words. During Seattle's 3 playoffs games, Bryant amassed 10 tackles. This is what you need. You need a thumper. You need someone that is going to be complementary in DA's defense, which is also another reason why they signed Kobe Bryant. But hey, that music means it's going to the bottom of the hour break. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Families in Illinois.
Okay, let me see what I can see here. Now I am currently, yes, it is currently break, but, you know, during the show, I am getting text from one Mr. David Tees. David Tees doing double duty, trying to also help me out here on Big Top Sports. There's Neville Gilmore, defensive tackle. Let's see, did I also have Neville Gilmore? Yep, Neville Gilmore. And then DeMarco Jackson, yes. Daniel Hardy. I hate it when it does that with the text. Son of a... Damn, David. You're just like sending me all sorts of smurf here. Yes, I got all of that. Mike Evans, get out of here. Oh, 49ers agreed to... Oh, why are you sending me that smurf? Don't give a smurf about Mike Evans. I'll talk about that on another show. This is more or less the catch-up version of, you know, Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Yeah, Kenneth Walker, okay, he goes to KC. Come on. Oh, I suppose I could come back in with like all the you know, big... Yeah, I think that's actually... what I will do. Well, actually, let me finish off the Bears NFL stuff. And then I will get into the hell David Tees wants me to talk about. Bastard. You bastard! I love you, David. Let's see, I got 2 minutes. I could go get the bang from the freezer. Actually, let me go get the bang from the freezer.
And protecting our community. What began in a family basement with just 2 employees has grown into a team of more than 300, supported by nearly 200 service vehicles. But our mission has never changed. We're here to keep the people and businesses we serve safe. Our service technicians are available 24/7, 365 days a year across Northern Illinois, because your safety can't wait. To learn more, visit foxvalleyfire.com or call 847-695-5990. A proud member of the Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, supporting the local business community.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Progressive. Starting tonight, a hydrologic outlook is in effect for the listening area. This evening, partly cloudy skies with a low around 47. Tomorrow, patchy fog is possible before 11 a.m., with a chance of drizzle and scattered showers in the afternoon. Currently, it is 70 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
It's going to get wet again.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister. Now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blaze cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Hey, if you want to call in and get your NFL sports thoughts off or WBC thoughts off, feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Call the studio hotline, which is sponsored by... Oh, yeah, right. Anyway, or you could see my lovely face at youtube.com at WRMN Radio. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. You could also text in at 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. How is everyone doing out there in the Fox River Valley, Chicagoland area? Are we enjoying this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous day? I know I am. And I am enjoying being back behind the mic, in front of the mic, on these very airwaves. And without you out there, it would not be possible whatsoever. So I do appreciate you listening. I am stalling a little bit. Oh, there it is, because I've got so many tabs open and I need to get back into it. So let's see. I already talked about Devin Bush, talked about safety Kobe Bryant. Case Keenum signs a, wow, pretty good work if you can get it. So Case Keenum, why does that name sound familiar? Why? Hey, Brendan, thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. Case Keenum, quarterback, signs a 3-year, $48 million deal. Holy Smurf. Sorry, no, I'm burping. 3-year, $48 million deal. That includes a $32 million guaranteed. Holy Smurf. Wow. Okay, Keena. Well, you are obviously, if you are in the Chicagoland area, you are obviously, well, hopefully, a Bears fan, right? Well, then you know that Case Keenum is QB3 on the depth chart for the Chicago Bears. But according to, like I said, this article from Courtney Cronin, I still can't believe it. $48 million and a $32 million guaranteed. Holy Smurf. I definitely did the wrong thing after high school or college. Not that I would have ever been a Pro Bowl or whatever quarterback, but geez, it sure as hell pays to be a backup quarterback in the league. I mean, talk about winning at the bank. According to this, Keenum is an invaluable resource for Caleb Williams as a player-coach hybrid in the quarterback room. Well, I could believe that. While Keenum may not be ready to go into full-time coaching just yet, the Bears retain their experienced veteran backup and keep the structure of their QB room in place for now. Keywords. For now. So, hey, Mr. Tyson Bagent, Calling Mr. Tyson Bagent. That's interesting. I mean, sure, Tyson Bagent is only going to be, let's see, the Chicago. So, if you don't already know, and if you're a fan of Tyson Bagent, the Bears have been taking calls on Tyson Bagent. You know, the QB2 behind Caleb Williams. Now, I don't know exactly how this is going to work or come about. But, hell, if the Chicago Bears could get a number 2 draft pick, I'm sorry, a second round draft pick, not a number 2 in the draft. A second round draft pick, or hell, maybe even a third round draft pick. You go ahead and you parlay that into another pick. But Ben Johnson loves, and I'm using my own theorizing words here, the Bagency and Tyson Bagent. Raves about him. Thinks that he could be one of the starting 32 QBs in the NFL. And quite honestly, I don't see why he couldn't be. But all the information that we have is, well, basically off of the last couple of years in training camp and the preseason games where he comes in, mops up against scrubs, and everyone's clamoring for him to come in and replace Caleb Williams when Caleb Williams has a bad Smurfy game. No. Hey, you know that Cheesehead team to the north? You know, the Green Bay Woodpeckers, the Green Bay Fudge Packers, the Green Bay Cheese Turds? Remember all those years and all those QBs that they had backing up the likes of Brett Favre and A.A. Rodgers? Yes, they went on and they got draft picks and they built the team the way that, you know, the Packers did. I mean, they only won one Super Bowl. I'm sorry, one Super Bowl with, you know, Favre, one Super Bowl with Rodgers. No, hell, his name is Rodgers. The ayahuasca person, dude, whatever. But yet, they were perennial playoff teams. This is what we need to do. If he can actually play, there are teams out there, Phoenix, maybe Miami, that could use one at a very, very cheap price. Now, let's see. We've also got defensive tackle Neville Gallimore. As I mentioned, he was last year with the Indianapolis Colts. 2 years, $12 million. Seems like kind of a little bit of a stopgap here. Not too much of a break the bank move, if you will. Defensive tackle is, oh my God, in such significant need for the Bears. And the Bears have to replace Andrew Billings, who, well, went bye-bye in free agency. Now, Gallimore back, you know, according to Courtney Cronin, Gallimore bounced back from an underwhelming season with the Rams in 2024 to record 3.5 sacks and 38 tackles in his lone season with the Colts. Well, do you remember all of those games where the opposition was gashing the Bears for what seemed like 1,000 yards in the first half, or game, I mean, where the running back was just, hey, you know what? That turnstile looks good. Hey, you know what? That revolving door looks good. Hey, you know what? Oh, yeah, that end zone looks good. Well, hopefully somewhere along the lines, you know, this will help. But I kind of theorize that the NFL draft, this year's NFL draft for the Chicago Bears, while last year focused on offense, even though it was, 4 offensive players to 3 defensive players, so it was a nice mix and match. It's probably going to be a little bit of the opposite this year, depending on what the Chicago Bears can do before the draft coming up in April. Now, the Chicago Bears also re-signed, I should say, DeMarco Jackson for 2 years at $7.5 million. What does this mean? Well, they obviously moved on from Tremaine Edmonds, who was released last week. Now, this opens the door for Mr. Jackson, DeMarco, if you're nasty, to have a bigger role as a Chicago Bears linebacker. What that's going to look like, only time will tell. And then it's not like he didn't already fill in for Tremaine last season. And if he is being re-signed, and he has been re-signed, I'm kind of thinking that DA actually likes how DeMarco plays. And you also have the Chicago Bears re-signing Daniel Hardy at defensive end for 2 years, $5 million, which really doesn't seem like all that much. Hey, but I'm going to take this caller right now. Are you ready, caller? And you are currently live on Big Top Sports. What's your name? What you calling about?
You know who I am, mister.
Okay, I'm going to hang up right now. Are you not on the air enough the way it is, Mr. David Tees, from filling in on the WRMN morning show with Susie C every Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., and then on your golf show? What time is that show, by the way?
9 o'clock to 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings.
Is Boder doing it with you?
No, he's going to be doing his own show this June, World Cup Soccer.
Oh, okay, cool. So what would you like to talk about, Mr. David Tees?
Let's talk about the Bears really quickly. I like the moves they made today, but I'm a little bit worried. What are we going to do for wide receiver? I mean, are we going to draft one? Are we going to look for another free agent? Because did you see the ridiculous contract that Mike Evans got from the 49ers?
No, I have not had the opportunity to delve into all the big googly, great God, what are they doing? Yeah.
Yeah, I need
$60 million.
Tell Sam to be quiet.
No, $60 million for 3 years.
Oh, yeah, one of my classmates died.
Or go to another room. We don't need to hear her talking on the phone or whatever it is that she's doing, Dave.
It's actually my annoying son. Well, actually,
okay. Well,
we haven't been on Murray yet.
One of my classmates died.
Sorry to hear your classmate died. I'm on the phone.
Wow. Okay. Well, I do apologize about that then, but
yeah.
Wow.
So, but no, it's $60 million for 3 years to the 49ers for a very, very old wide receiver.
Yeah, there's a reason why he wasn't re-signed in, Tampa Bay. But I mean, at the same time, it's good money if you can get it.
Yeah, might as well. And then Kenneth Walker goes to the Chiefs for a ridiculous price too. I think $52 million.
One more time, you kind of cut out.
$52 million for Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's a 4-year contract too, though.
Well, broken up about it, but I mean, at the same time, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I mean, you get like the big contracts where everyone's like, oh my great goodness, where it's like 4 years, $120 million. But really, it's paying attention to what the signing bonus is. If They get cut, they get the rest of the signing bonus. Easy peasy Japanesey. But, I mean, I just, why, yeah.
Yeah, back to the Bears, though. I mean, I know you trade DJ Moore. Okay, he's been a decoy, and he's probably going to be a decoy at Buffalo most of the time, anyhow. But if you sit there and look at it, okay, what are we going to do about wide receiver, free agent, or are we going to draft? I mean, there's not really much in free agency for wide receivers out there right now. Or do we make a trade?
Well, I don't necessarily think that the Chicago Bears are going to be trading for it. But then again, I have absolutely no idea what Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles are currently thinking. I mean, you already lost Zacchaeus to the Atlanta Falcons. And by the way, I'm talking like I'm part of the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears aren't getting any draft compensation for Cunningham going and being the GM for the Falcons, what the hell is going on with that? I have absolutely I heard the news about that, and I am so pissed. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
Where's, because if I'm not mistaken, when Cunningham came over from the Chiefs, the Bears had to pay the compensation for it. Now he gets elevated yet again, and he is, he's the what is it, the Rooney Rule, or part of the Rooney Rule, where you want the Rooney Rule to be in effect, where it gives the minorities a good platform to interview for the positions, and yet the Chicago Bears don't get Jack Smurf back from it.
Yep.
What kind of bull Smurf is that? Anyway,
maybe there's something consideration on the side, off to the side, we don't know about. Know.
Well, I'm sure something will come up, but But I mean, obviously, Cunningham liked what Zacchaeus did last season. I mean, I kind of was, I liked it when he was catching the ball. Obviously, not so much when he was dropping it, because those were landing right there in his breadbasket, in his hands, on the numbers. And so a little bit too much dropsies for my liking, but hey, good for him.
Well, still not over. Still a lot of free agency throughout the night. And, it's just that I'm going to watch all this, and then I'm going to make my determination. I still think, I hope we do a little something that might be decent for another wide receiver, because you lost 2 wide receivers, okay? You got to get a little something back that equals, and then you got to get something better. So are we going to go to the draft? Are we going to look at free agents,
This is all true, but I do want to ask you one question before I hang up on you real quick, David Tees, from the WRMN morning show and your golf show on the weekends from 9 to 10. What is 2 questions. What is the name of your golf show?
It is Tee It Up with David Tees.
Tee It Up with David Tees on Saturday mornings from 9 until 10. Second question that I ask is, with Nagy, with Eberflus, Eberluz, Eber whatever, to where it was, it was a great first season for both of those previously, Chicago Bears coaches. And then it just seemingly went down the proverbial toilet. Is there any apprehensiveness on your end coming into season 2 with Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears?
No, Ben Johnson showed us something. Every coach starts out the gates, fired up. But I think Ben Johnson is going to be with the Bears for a long time. I think Ben Johnson is going to do another great season for us, because he came up with great game plans with Williams and the receivers and the running back situation, and I expect bigger and better things this season with him.
Yeah, and one of the harebrained thoughts that I had was, as far as like running back goes, bring back Swift, trade Swift. I know he had like one of the better seasons of his career, but that in large part and parcel is the fact that they upgraded their offensive line, and they actually, told him to run north and south, not east or west, hit the holes. Right. But then again, when you actually upgrade the offensive line, well, Smurf happens. Things happen.
Plus, he also brought back the two-headed running backs, when you had Monangai and Swift, just like you had Montgomery and Gibbs. I mean, that's how he likes to play. 2 tight end sets, 2 running back sets, split the defenses, and make them think. That's what they did to Philadelphia. Philadelphia was confused when you had 2 running backs and 2 tight ends in the lineup. I mean, in formation, you're like, well, what's going on? Quarterback run, tight end pass, running back. You didn't know what was going to happen. And Philadelphia got very confused in that game.
Yeah, and that was probably one of the better, that was probably one of the best games that I've seen all year out of the Chicago Bears. Nothing against the 2 against the Green Bay Woodpecker, Fudge Packers, Cheese Turds, whatever. I mean, that one, because I marked that one, and I think everyone in Chicago marked that as a Bears loss on Black Friday. I mean,
all did.
so
and that was a chess match. He played chess that day.
Yes, they did, and it was absolutely breathtaking. David Tees, thank you for calling in on Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410. Don't forget to catch David Tees on the WRMN Morning Show with Susie C. every Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. And I just have to do this real quick because David brought up Kyle Monangai, the running back for the Bears. Kyle Monangai. And I am a kid at heart playing with this button. Kyle Monangai. Anyway, enough of that, Smurf. That's not what you're paying attention to. That's not why you're listening. But I like to have fun. And it is, So we will see. David Tees brings up a couple of interesting points as far as like the astronomical contracts that some players, some long in the tooth players, I might add, are currently getting paid. I do not have enough time to delve into that with this current iteration of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. But I will definitely be paying attention to the free agent market. And hey, don't forget, I will be back doing this tomorrow evening as well, 4 to 6. Hopefully Monday through Friday. When I don't get that phone call and say, hey, there's work available, come and make money, I'm always going to feel that call. And, well, it kind of is what it is, folks. But I do appreciate you all out there listening in Radioland, in the Fox River Valley, in the Chicagoland area. And, I will be talking a lot more Chicago area land sports coming up tomorrow. And don't forget, I do believe I do have the one and only Marcus Mack from The Truth About Chicago Sports, which you could hear every Saturday from 8 until 9, which precedes David Tees' new show. But until then, this is Derrick Geyer, WRMN 1410 AM, Big Top Sports. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day.
Paid for by Michael Pierce for Congress.
I am an Illinois conservative candidate for U.S. Congress running to represent the 11th District, and it was called Illinois home for my entire